Concerning peace, I have the theme peace ruminating in my mind when there is very little peace around us. It seems that peace remains an elusive virtue, at least in my estimation. There is a constant need, whether on the global stage or in one's personal life, for peace. There are so many opportunities to connect and pursue peace for a variety of causes, too. Yet, unfortunately, we see and hear so much discord and disunity in our nation. In fact, I've been rattled by a few things over the last week, several days. Even Sunday morning, coming here to Christ Church for worship, spirit has just been unsettled and disquieted within myself with regard to things going on. And as a Black woman, feeling so very much unsafe, so very concerned and unsure about things right now. And this is a time for a reminder from our sacred writ. Scripture teaches us that Paul assured us that we have been given assurance that the peace of Christ will guard our hearts and minds. Jesus taught about peace according to the Gospel of John. Just after encouraging the disciples to let go of fear, he states, "My peace I give you, not as the world gives." No wonder some of us never find the peace we need. We cannot look to the world and its standards to grant us peace. It begins with us and our faith. It begins with Jesus. For the Christian, that's the center and the anchor, not only of our faith, but our peace. And it's hard right now to find peace. It's very challenging with so much in terms of the social unrest, the polarization we are experiencing, this rampant disease, this infection, COVID-19 having taken over our lives, not only in this country, but around the world. People whom I've loved and have known to have been infected. Some have recovered. One right now on a ventilator back home in South Carolina. It's been rough, searching and seeking peace. And so again, I believe it begins with Jesus. Consider this thought from one of my favorite theologians and the first pastor to found an interracial church in the United States of America, Howard Thurman. Howard Thurman writes, "I seek the enlargement of my heart, that there may be room for peace. Already there's room enough for chaos. There is room in every day's experience, much that makes for confusion and bewilderment. Often I do not understand quite how my relations with others become frayed and chaotic. Sometimes this chaos is a positive thing. It means that something new, creative, and whole is beginning to pull together the tattered fragments of my relationship with a person and to fashion into that which delights the spirit and makes glad the heart. Sometimes the chaos is negative, a sign of degeneration in a relationship once meaningful and good. There is room enough for chaos. But the need of my heart is room for peace. Peace of mind that inspires, singleness of purpose, peace of heart that quiets all fears and uproots all panic, peace of spirit that filters through all confusions and robs them of their power. These I see now. I know that here in this quietness, my life can be infused with peace." That's Howard Thurman from Meditations of the Heart. So I'm a part of a clergy group that I've been a part of for about 15, almost 20 years. And in fact, 2 of this group are non-clergy persons. But we did a Zoom meeting last evening to just catch up and check in on one another. Now, we're all over the Eastern Seaboard, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New York, Maryland. We're all in different places now. One, in fact, is in Mexico. But we were in this Zoom meeting last evening, and one of the clergy women asked a question that helps to center my thoughts on peace right now in this moment. She's a psychotherapist, and she asked, what are we doing right now? What are we doing, each of us in our meeting, to help us remain sane? What are we doing to find our own inner calm? And that brought me back to this sense of peace. And where does it start? Where do we get it from? How do we obtain it? Well, peace, again, I think starts within. And for that moment, we all paused. There had been nonstop chatter. We were having a good time, catching up, checking in on one another, encouraging those of us with young children. One just sold her home, signed over a lease or contract to move and downsize, leaving Pennsylvania for another state down south to enter retirement. So we were all having a great time, and it was as if a pin had dropped. And we all had to take a deep breath, and going around in classic clinical fashion, she had each of us check in on what are we doing to invoke a sense of calm during this traumatic time. And that left me, I'd been bereft all day, starting with what I experienced in my car and being unsettled and disquieted in my spirit, but it helped me come back to my center and my core. And we all found a way to share what it is that is helping us remain, or at least find when we need it, a moment to center ourselves and regain our sense of peace. What are you doing? Daily, weekly, at this point, monthly, with all of the travails we're facing, all of the tribulations, where do you find moments to center yourself and anchor yourself in peace with the peace of Christ? May his peace be with you.